Ever wondered how thousands of bees in a colony coordinate their work without a central command? Well, the answer lies in the fascinating concept of the hive mind. It's an extraordinary phenomenon where individual bees operate as a single entity, collectively working towards the survival and success of the hive. The hive mind is like an unseen conductor, orchestrating the symphony of activities in the hive. It's a complex system of communication and coordination that ensures every bee knows its role and performs it effectively. Let's delve a bit deeper into this buzzing world. There are three main roles in a bee colony: the queen, the workers, and the drones. Each has a unique job that contributes to the overall functioning of the colony. The queen bee, as the name suggests, is the monarch of the hive. She's the only bee capable of laying eggs and is responsible for the colony's population. She emits pheromones that regulate the behavior and development of other bees. The worker bees, who are all females, are the backbone of the hive. They perform a myriad of tasks, from foraging for nectar and pollen, to cleaning and maintaining the hive, to feeding the larvae, and even defending the hive from intruders. Then we have the drones, the male bees. Their primary purpose is to mate with a new queen. Once they've fulfilled their role, they're no longer needed and are often expelled from the hive. Now, how do these bees communicate? They use a combination of chemical signals known as pheromones and a series of movements, notably the waggle dance, to relay information about food sources and threats. This intricate interplay of roles and communication forms the hive mind, allowing bees to work together in harmony. It's a testament to the power of collective intelligence, where the whole is indeed greater than the sum of its parts. Intriguing, isn't it? How each bee knows its role and contributes to the functioning of the entire colony. Did you know that bees have their own unique way of communicating locations of food sources? They dance. Yes, you heard it right. Bees dance. But it's not just any dance, it's called the waggle dance, an intricate routine that's part of their daily lives. This dance is a fascinating form of communication among bees, specifically the honeybees. So, what's the waggle dance? Imagine a bee that has just found a rich source of nectar. Excited, it returns to the hive and performs a special dance to share this information. The dance is called the waggle dance because of its figure-8 pattern. And it's not just for show. It conveys critical information to the other bees. The waggle dance is a form of language that communicates the distance and direction of the food source. The bee waggles in a straight line, vibrating its body and making a buzzing sound. The direction of the waggle indicates the direction of the food source in relation to the sun, while the duration of the waggle signifies the distance. Intriguing, isn't it? But it's not just about the dance, it's about survival. Every day, bees face the challenge of finding food for the hive. The waggle dance is their solution to this problem. It's their way of ensuring the survival of their colony. It allows them to share information efficiently, saving energy and time that would otherwise be wasted in fruitless searching. And it's not just about food. The waggle dance also helps bees find new homes. When a hive becomes too crowded, scout bees search for a new site. They use the waggle dance to communicate the location of potential new homes, guiding their hive mates to the best possible locations. The waggle dance is a marvel of nature, an example of how animals can communicate complex information without words. It's a testament to the intelligence and complexity of these tiny creatures. The next time you see a bee, remember, it's not just a simple insect. It's a sophisticated communicator, a dancer, a survivor. This complex dance is a testament to the sophistication of bee communication. Bees may seem small and simple, but their bodies are incredibly designed for their lifestyle. Let's take a moment to appreciate the remarkable anatomy of bees. Every part of a bee is an example of nature's design at its finest. From their wings to their eyes and even their stingers, each component serves a unique and vital function. Starting with the wings, these aren't just for flying. They are thin, light, and incredibly strong. They beat around 200 times per second, allowing bees to hover, dart, and even fly backwards. It's like having a built-in helicopter. Now let's talk about eyes. Bees have 5 eyes, 2 large compound eyes, and 3 smaller simple eyes. The compound eyes are made up of thousands of tiny lenses that allow bees to see ultraviolet light, which is invisible to us humans. This helps them find flowers full of nectar. The smaller eyes, or ocelli, help them navigate using the sun. Moving on to stingers, these are not just weapons but a tool of last resort. When a bee stings, it leaves the stinger behind, causing its own demise. It's a self-sacrifice for the protection of the colony. Bees also have two antennae, bristling with thousands of sensory cells. These antennae are the bees' super sniffers, picking up chemical signals and smells. They help bees communicate, find food, and even sense the weather. Let's not forget the bees' legs, particularly the hind legs, which are equipped with pollen baskets. These allow bees to gather and carry pollen back to the hive. It's like having your own built-in grocery bag. Lastly, bees have a specialized stomach for storing nectar collected from flowers. This nectar is transformed into honey back at the hive. Talk about a sweet deal. So, as you can see, bees are not just simple creatures. Their bodies are a marvel of evolutionary design, each part finely tuned to its function, ensuring not just the survival of the individual, but the prosperity of the entire colony. Each part of a bee's body serves a vital function in its survival and contribution to the colony. Bees are not just honey producers, they play a crucial role in our ecosystem. Let's delve into the fascinating world of bees and their pivotal role in pollination, food production, and biodiversity. Pollination is a vital process occurring in nature, and bees are the star performers. You see, bees are like nature's little couriers. When they land on a flower to collect nectar, pollen from the flower's male reproductive organ, or stamen, sticks to the bee's body. As the bee moves on to the next flower, some of this pollen brushes off onto the flower's female reproductive part, or pistil. This exchange of pollen is what we call pollination. And why is this so important? Well, this is how plants reproduce. Without pollination, plants cannot produce fruits or seeds. But bees don't stop at wild flora. A vast majority of the crops we consume also depend on pollination. From apples to almonds, blueberries to broccoli, bees have their tiny feet in almost every pie, so to speak. But it's not just about our plates. Bees are also fundamental to biodiversity. They help countless species of plants to thrive, which in turn provides habitats for a variety of other creatures. Bees are like the silent guardians of our ecosystems, ensuring balance and diversity. In fact, the Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations reports that nearly 75% of the world's food crops depend on pollination by insects and other animals. And out of these, bees are the most efficient and effective. It's a simple equation. No bees mean less pollination, which means fewer plants, which leads to fewer animals, and ultimately, a significant drop in food production. This paints a grim picture, doesn't it? But it's the reality we face if bees were to disappear. So next time you enjoy a delicious apple or marvel at the beauty of a blooming garden, take a moment to thank these tireless workers. Without bees, our food system and biodiversity would be in serious jeopardy. Let's remember to appreciate the bees, for they are the tiny heroes buzzing in the background of our everyday lives. Despite their importance, bees face numerous threats that are causing their numbers to decline. Chief among these threats are pesticides. These chemicals, designed to protect crops from pests, can have a devastating impact on bees. Neonicotinoids, a common type of pesticide, interfere with a bee's ability to navigate and communicate, leading to a decline in bee populations. Other pesticides can contaminate bees' food sources, impairing their ability to reproduce and survive. Climate change is another significant threat to bees. As global temperatures rise, the habitats suitable for bees are shrinking. Changes in weather patterns can disrupt the synchronization between bees and the flowering plants they depend on for food. Prolonged periods of heat and drought can lead to a scarcity of food, putting bee colonies at risk. The most mysterious threat to bees is colony collapse disorder, or CCD. This phenomenon, first identified in the early 2000s, sees worker bees abandon their hive, leaving the queen and young bees behind. Without the worker bees, the colony cannot survive. While the exact cause of CCD is unknown, scientists believe it may be a combination of factors, including exposure to pesticides, habitat loss, and disease. But it's not just the bees that are affected. The decline in bee populations has far-reaching consequences for our ecosystems and agriculture. Bees play a critical role in pollination, helping plants to reproduce. Without bees, our food supply would be significantly impacted, leading to a decline in the availability of fruits, vegetables, and nuts. Moreover, bees contribute to biodiversity by pollinating wild plants, supporting a wide range of wildlife. They're also an important part of the food chain, providing food for birds and other insects. Addressing these threats is vital to ensuring the survival of bees and the ecosystems they support. We need to reduce our reliance on pesticides, mitigate the impacts of climate change, and continue to research the causes of colony collapse disorder. Only then can we ensure that these incredible creatures continue to buzz around our planet. Bees and biodiversity share a mutual relationship, but how exactly does it work? In the grand scheme of nature, bees are like tiny but diligent workers, tirelessly buzzing from one flower to another, collecting nectar and pollen. But this isn't just about honey production, it's about something much bigger: biodiversity. Biodiversity refers to the variety of life on Earth in all its forms and interactions. It's like a giant complex web where every thread is connected. And bees? They're the tiny knots that hold these threads together. Bees are crucial pollinators. They play a vital role in the reproduction of plants. As they move from flower to flower, they carry pollen on their bodies, facilitating cross-pollination. This process is essential for the genetic diversity of plants. More diverse plant species mean more diverse habitats, which in turn support a wider variety of wildlife. So, bees, through their pollination efforts, contribute to biodiversity at multiple levels, but the relationship isn't one-sided. Biodiversity, in turn, supports healthy bee populations. A diverse floral environment provides bees with a variety of pollen and nectar sources necessary for their nutrition and survival. It also offers them a range of nesting sites. Moreover, a diverse ecosystem is more resilient. It can better withstand and recover from various threats, including pests, diseases, and changes in climate. This resilience benefits bees as well, helping them thrive despite challenges. However, this mutual relationship is under threat. Factors like habitat loss, use of pesticides, and climate change are impacting both bees and biodiversity. But there's hope. By protecting and enhancing biodiversity, we can also safeguard our bees. So let's appreciate these little pollinators for what they are: champions of biodiversity. By understanding and respecting their role, we can ensure a healthier, more diverse, and more resilient world. The symbiotic relationship between bees and biodiversity is a beautiful example of nature's balance. While we often think of the common honeybee, there are countless bee species around the world, each with unique traits. Let's embark on a global journey, discovering some of the most unusual bee species and their fascinating characteristics. First stop, Southeast Asia, home to the giant honeybee. True to its name, this bee is nearly twice the size of a typical honeybee. It's known for its open-air nests, which can be as large as 1 meter in diameter and house up to 200,000 bees. Next, we head to Australia to meet the blue-banded bee. Its vibrant blue and black stripes make it a sight to behold. Unlike most bees, this species prefers to live a solitary life, and they have an unusual way of pollinating flowers called buzz pollination. Let's not forget the greensweat bee found in North America. Despite its off-putting name, this bee is a true gem with its metallic green body. It's a ground-nesting bee, often found in lawns and gardens, playing a significant role in pollinating our food crops. In the deserts of southwestern US, we find the Perdita minima. This bee is the smallest in the world, barely larger than a fruit fly. Despite its size, it's a powerhouse pollinator. Now, let's take a leap to Africa, where we find the Africanized honeybee, also known as the killer bee. This bee is a hybrid species known for its aggressive defense of the hive, but it's also highly efficient at pollinating. Finally, we visit the cold Arctic tundra, where the Arctic bumblebee thrives. It's one of the few bee species that can survive in such harsh conditions. Its thick coat of hair and ability to generate heat by shivering are key to its survival. The diversity of bees is a testament to their adaptability and the vital role they play in different ecosystems. From the deserts to the Arctic, from giants to tiny pollinators, bees come in all shapes and sizes, each playing its part in the symphony of life on Earth. Honey is not the only product bees provide. Bees offer us much more. For instance, let's consider beeswax. Beeswax is a natural wax produced by worker bees and is used in a myriad of products, from cosmetics and skincare to candles and even food. Then we have propolis, a resinous mixture that bees collect from tree buds. It's known for its antibacterial, antifungal, and anti-inflammatory properties, making it a key ingredient in many medicinal products. And let's not forget about royal jelly. This is a substance secreted by worker bees to feed their larvae and the queen bee. It's packed with nutrients and is often used in dietary supplements and beauty products due to its potential health benefits. From our lip balms to our candles, from our medicinal creams to our dietary supplements, bees are integral to our daily lives in ways we often overlook. Bees indeed offer us a sweet deal far beyond just honey. Bees have buzzed their way into our art and culture for thousands of years. From ancient cave paintings to modern street art, you'll find bees represented in various forms and cultures throughout history, an undeniable testament to our enduring fascination with these industrious insects. In the stone-carved hieroglyphs of ancient Egypt, bees were a symbol of royalty and power. The pharaohs, being seen as the embodiment of the sun god Ra, were often depicted with the Sehemti, a title which translates to "he who belongs to the bee and the flax." This association with bees was not only a representation of the pharaoh's dominion over Lower Egypt, but also a reflection of the highly organized and productive nature of a bee colony, a parallel drawn to the structured society of ancient Egypt. In the classical world of ancient Greece and Rome, the bee was revered too. The Greek philosopher Aristotle extensively studied bees, fascinated by their social structure and behavior. The honeybee was also associated with the goddess Artemis, known for her wild, untamed nature, just like the bee buzzing freely in the wild. Fast forward to the Middle Ages, and we find bees in the illuminated manuscripts and heraldry of European nobility. The bee, with its tireless work ethic, became a symbol of diligence and industriousness, virtues highly esteemed in those times. In modern times, the bee continues to inspire artists and writers. From Sylvia Plath's poem, The Bee Meeting, to the vibrant bee murals that grace city walls worldwide, the bee remains a powerful symbol, often used to highlight environmental issues and the need for conservation. From ancient to modern times, the bee has been a constant, buzzing quietly in the background of our shared cultural narrative, a symbol of nature's industriousness, harmony, and resilience. It's a testament to our enduring fascination with these creatures and a reminder of our responsibility to protect them. Bees have been inspiring humans for ages, reflecting our deep-rooted connection with these remarkable creatures.